Afternoon, guys. This is Jeff at the Glorious Uncertainty. It's the 29th and it's Saturday and it's April. Right. Just thought I'd do a bit of amusing out in the countryside. There you go. That's countryside over there. Over here. Bit of a think. Always good for the soul, I think. Good for the soul. Right. I went through sometimes what happens when you're doing this, when you're doing the horses, and I'm sure you lot get this. You'll get it. There's a point, it's like a seesaw, right? And there's a tipping point. And I hit the tipping point today, and by that I mean I sort of allot myself about an hour per race if it needs it. At the start of the season, you have to put a lot of time in to find where the value is. It's all right, the system coming up with some selections. You've got to do a lot of manual work to go through historical evidence to back up what the system's saying. So the first race, the race we're playing in, there was recent history, and there's the tipping point is the point at this. So you get to an hour when you're doing a race, when you're marking up a race and you're checking it and checking it and checking it. And you start to ask more and more questions, because the tipping point is, there's a lot of more recent form, and you're trying to quantify that against historical form. You all do this, and this is what you've got to be careful of. When you've had a good win like yesterday, right, and you put loads of money back in the tank, there's a tendency to become a gambler. And I had like quite a moment before. So I'd done the first race, I got that out and put it up. Then I went through another 3 races. And there's an example of this. There's a Class 2 race. I can't remember it. I think it's Ripon. There's a Class 2 race or Class 3 race, 5 furlong sprint. And they're not, the horses are not exposed enough to the distance. So you've got half of them really good. The vast majority of them are very, very good at 6. Some of them aren't. So I mean, even as I'm trying to explain it to you, I can't. So if I can't even explain it to you that simply, there's got to be something wrong with that race. So what I do is I after an hour I'll look and then I'll go, that's not happening. That's not happening. Because what you can do is you tie yourself up in knots. Now the hardest thing to do, is to take that information that you spent a bloody hour and whatever on, screw up those pieces of paper and throw them on the floor. You've got to do that. You have to do it. You've got to go, no. And that's what I do. Anybody listening, I think it was balmy. You've got to get rid of that race. So you can't do it on if this happens with that horse and that happens with, it doesn't work like that. You've got to backpedal on the race, forgive yourself the hour, screw up the piece of paper and throw them in the bin and save your money. But you've got to remember that in the back of your head, you've just had that win, and you've got to be able to separate yourself from that win and what's happening now, and get the right frame of mind to get rid of them. You have to get rid of them. So what I did another 2 after that. One was a big handicap at Doncaster, but you've got to let them go. You've got to let races go. And so to anybody, it's hard to do. When you spent an hour, so in total 3.5, nearly 4 hours, definitely 3 hours, wasted. Was it wasted time though? Was it wasted? When really there were so many imponderables in those races that I had to screw up a piece of paper and throw it on the floor and put and say, look at my bank and go, you know what? I'm not risking any of you in that. None of my money's going on them. Not on a might do, a maybe. If this happens, if that happens, that's when it gets ridiculous. So no, there's no more bets. And so what's best for my time is to sit back and just watch them. Watch them. It's not just about one bet, is it? Not just about, oh, it's Saturday, better have a bet. Well, it's not about that. It's about having control, self-control, and going, nope, no. Because if you're tying yourself up in knots when you're trying to decipher a race, there's a reason for that. It's too tangled. And it's like any problem, if you liken it to a ball of wool that's all knotted up, you can be forever trying to untangle it, or you just go cut it and start again. So that's what I've done. I've cut it and just watched the horses. Watch them. And then some of those questions that you asked will be answered for next time. The form now, you've got to be careful. You've got to be so careful. So careful. Don't overplay it. Don't overstretch yourself. Don't think you're king of the hill because you had a decent win. Don't spend too much money. Just be reserved. The other thing is, as well, remember I say, as you know, I'm only playing in 4-year-old races that have decent historical evidence, because, 2-year-old form, that doesn't count for much, does it? When they grow into themselves, over 3 and 4, over that, you've got something substantial to base your assessment on. But not with a 2-year-old. You can never trust 2-year-old form. You just can't. I don't. Anyway, you get the odd exception, but 2-year-old form and 3-year-old form is, in my opinion, is suspect. But 3-year-old form in the same season against other 3-year-olds, obviously, that does count. And also coming away from the handicap thing as well, be doing that as well. But everything is like an evolution of the season. As the season progresses, things it becomes easier. So 1 hour in investing in a race can be knocked down to half an hour. You can half it, so then you can increase your turnover. You can increase your turnover and hopefully increase your profits. So for me today, it was too much, and you better just dropping it and leaving it and watching them. So I quite like doing that as well. There's no hassle. You can have see your assumptions and how you rated or how the bare form was rated by the system. I like doing that, just watching it and just see. But 9 times out of 10, I don't know the number. I just pick one out of the sky. But you can see if you pick up where you went wrong and when you went right, but the emphasis on the fact that you didn't lay out hard-earned on that race was the prudent thing to do. The only thing to do. So we've got that one today. Christine, that was a very good case you put forward for Cold Stare. But, it starts to... I know what you mean about Safi, by the way. Not very good. As long as it's in a straight line, she's all right. She's no... what's she called? Oh, God. What's her name? I've forgotten the name of the jockey now. Anyway, I got that many names whizzing around in my head. I can't remember half the horses' names. Never mind the jockeys. But yeah, Holly Doyle. There we go. Got in the end. But I know what you mean about that. But no, better for us to drop that. you know, the Saturday. Leave it as it is. Leave it as it is. Right, okay. Next thing, the WhatsApp group. That'll be starting up as soon as I can get myself another SIM card for an old phone. We'll get that started up. There's no massive rush. Don't be worried about this. There's no huge urgency. We need that form to settle down. Sorry, we need the form to pick up, not settle down. We need to pick up, and we need to see and find a few horses that are exposed, at least one run in the bag, so we can have a look and have a good go at that. Also, just picking up on what I think Bad Wolf was saying in a comment a few days ago, backed up by, I think it was James, was saying about the Dutching and how that style wasn't for them. So it was like backing a 2-to-1 on horse, right? There's not enough in it for them. But mine really, when you do a Dutching bet like that, is a polar opposite to what Callum does, flat cap of the Callum. Because if you were to add up the likelihood of one of Callum's bets dropping in its entirety, you are talking thousands to one, right? So would you back a horse at thousands to one? You wouldn't. But you do it because you have less anxiety to stump up £5 or £6. It doesn't affect your life, your financial running of your life, if you put it that way. When you do that, you forgive. It doesn't cause you anxiety. Where if you're putting out 150 or 200 quid on a race with a 2-to-1 equivalent return, but you've covered, you know, 2/3 or 3/4 of the field, even more. It's not for some people, but mine on my Dutching is the polar opposite to what Callum's doing. Would I back a horse at 1,000 to 1? No, but I understand the dynamic of why people do Callum's bets, and you know, because you just actually you can forgive the loss of the money, if you know what I mean. You can let that go. You can let it go. It doesn't cause you anxiety. Whereas if you're playing at larger amounts, unless your bank is bigger, then it would cause you anxiety, and it is like backing a 2-to-1 on favourite in a race. Having said that, 2-to-1 on favourites do win between, I think it's 46 to 83%. But that's up to 4-to-1 on, I think it's that amount. So they do win quite a lot. But I've never seen many 1,000-to-1s win, if you know what I mean. But they're the same principle, but one carries a much less or not as heavy an anxiety level, in my opinion. So that's really where we're at. So the WhatsApp group, that'll get started. You just get a message, don't worry about that. That'll start in good time. But we shall see about the horse race that we've invested in today. We'll see what happens with that. What I'll do is I'll put the ratings on as well. I'll put the ratings for that race underneath this video, so you can have a look at that. And that's about it, really. The countryside's looking very lovely before it turns properly into well, spring sprung, obviously, but yes, it's all looking green and lovely. So we move on, but more form would be better. More form. So that's why I've abandoned the ship on investing more money today. Stick with what we've got. That's it. That'll do. Nice. Right, that is it from me. I'm gonna have another brew and then head on back home. Good luck with the bet. Enjoy whatever you're doing, and I'll speak to you later. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.